Welcome to the Tom Lin project. Today we're actually playing with coconut milk. It's like a two-part little thing because I'm gonna play with coconut rice and I'm also gonna play with a little coconut milk stew. I mean, it's all like sort of Indonesian based style, so we'll see how it is. Should work out pretty well. First thing first, I'm gonna play with the rice. A cup of rice as always. So as always with rice, you want to measure because if you don't measure rice, it's not gonna come out the same way you're gonna think it's gonna come out. The coconut rice is very easy. Basically, it's just adding coconut milk into the rice mixture itself. Like I've said before, cooking rice is super easy. Just take a cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and you kind of just mix it up. If you want the rice to be softer and stickier, you can always add a little more than just a cup. Like I usually add a little extra. If you want it to be even softer, you can let it soak for a while before you cook it. So, you know, you add this, but don't let it soak too much or it's going to become more of a porridge than actual rice. Now, there's 2 kinds of stuff that I have right now. So, because I have the coconut cream and I also have coconut milk. And the difference between both of them is just that coconut milk is more liquid, while cream is more thicker version of it. There's also a light coconut milk, which is actually even lighter version of the coconut milk. So you can use either the light coconut milk or the coconut milk for the flavor. So the easy thing, we're just gonna stir it up and just put it in the pot here. Like let it boil, and then as soon as it boils, we're gonna simmer a little. We're gonna use a little salt to it. I mean, coconut milk is really sweet enough, so you want to add a little salt just to add a little flavor to it, I guess. And I'm going to add a little sugar to it. Also depends on people, because you can add sage and all that stuff too. We're going to let it boil, and then as soon as it starts boiling, we're going to turn down the temperature, so it's basically slowly simmering. Just stir it a little at the bottom, because you don't want the rice to burn or stick on the bottom, so you know. So next thing we're going to play with is gonna be the stew. We have the pork defrosting right now. Originally, actually, they use not pork but beef, because beef you can let it stew a little longer to make it softer. Well, pork is already soft, so you don't really need to let it soften that much. But I'm doing it with basically Asian version of the stew, so that's the reason why I'm using all these pork instead of just normal stuff. So easy stuff. We're gonna use radish, carrots. First things first, we're gonna peel these. As you can see, it's simmering right now, so it's boiling, so we're gonna turn down the heat to just little simmer there. Like I said, I'm just gonna cut half of this, cut of this, I'm gonna cut into pieces. Same thing with the potatoes. I'm not gonna peel these though, because I actually like potato skin, so I'm gonna add it on. I'm not gonna add too much in here potato, because, I don't know. You can add more if you want, but I only have 2 potatoes left over, so yeah, I would have loved like 4 or 5 or something like that, but it's not gonna work. So you can cut it. You don't want to cut it too coarse, like thin pieces. You just want it really coarse, big slices. Because, like I say, it's all going to stew, so it's all gonna be like. So cut everything about the same size. I mean, the potatoes you can just do quarters, really. And like I said, you don't have to. You can peel off the skin if you want. If not, don't worry about it. All right. So as you can see, our rice is finished. Ooh, it's thick and soft. You want to fluff it up before you add it onto the meal itself. It's like rice with really hints of coconut on there. And I think I added a little too much salt because you can taste the salt in there. I don't think you're supposed to. But yeah, you can skip the salt on there and it's really good. It tastes like I said, it's like rice with coconut cream on it. It's really awesome as it is. I know I usually use the garlic oil, which is olive oil with garlic, but I want like, you know, more garlic taste to it because the coconut milk is probably going to take over all the flavors. Once again, I'm just guessing, so I don't know. I'm going to cut it pretty thick because this is supposed to be a stew. And the beef itself, or the pork itself actually, it's already got that fat on there, so it's going to soften it a lot. And I guess coconut milk is used basically, they use it for a lot of beef just because, according to my talks to Nending, in Indonesia they use the coconut milk just because it softens up the meat. And they don't want to use it with pork because the pork is already softened enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut really thick slices so, you know, like the coconut milk can like soften it but not too soft. It won't just kind of disintegrate or anything. But this is more like the Asian way, Taiwanese way of doing it instead of Indonesian way, man. Because you have all this fat and all that, you know, nice skin on there.
Right.
But I don't think they add, because I don't think they eat that much pork there. Most of the stuff there is easily beef, and I mean that's normal because a lot of Vietnamese stuff is mostly beef too. I think pork is just like an Asian, like a Chinese Asian way of it. Like every meat thing, you basically want to just cook it a little, just fry a little, just kind of caramelize it and stuff. So this is usually what I use, which is garlic oil. Everybody's seen me use this 50 times on this show. But it's basically, like I said, olive oil with garlic infused on it. you don't really need to use this. You can use normal olive oil or any kind of other oil for it. I just use this with olive. I mean, it's not gonna. I don't know. Like I said, if you want, you can use normal oil for that, for the Asian cooking and stuff. But since this thing, I just want the garlic flavor to it. I'm using the garlic olive oil. But if you don't have it, like I said, use the peanut oil or the normal oil stuff.
If you could really smell it, it really smells good because that garlic aroma just fills the kitchen up.
Oh yeah. This is usually when we add all the stuff like salt, pepper, and all that stuff. Soy sauce a little, once again, just for the flavor and also for the color. And so we're just gonna let it cook, and then afterwards we're just gonna add the rest of it on there, along with the milk and the water and so on. Just kind of let it stew. But like I said, with anything stew, you want big pieces of meat. You don't want small. Because if you're stir frying, you're gonna make small pieces so it cooks faster. But as it is, we kind of just let it cook. It just kind of does it by itself. So this is the coconut cream, which is actually the creamer version of this.
Okay.
So it's super thick. Like I said, usually when I cook anything, it's really bland because everybody has different ways. Yeah, how salty they want, all that stuff. Everybody eats differently. So this I'm gonna keep it really bland, and then later on, you guys can experiment. This is boiling up. We're gonna lower it down a little. This is what I'm gonna add the cooking wine, because once again, it's my trademark to add alcohol to anything, apparently. So you add cooking wine to it, and this is a normal Asian thing too, because we add cooking wine to all our stews. It adds some flavor to it. There's actually a different way of cooking this thing that I've checked. You can actually cook also curry with this. So you just curry it, you add that, there was a coconut cream to it, so it's creamier for the curry. So we got this, and if you want spicier, once again, we have that shrimp paste with the chili pasting on there, and we can add that on there. For a little authentic Indonesian flavor to it. So this, we let it basically simmer for about 2 hours. I'm just gonna add some rice to this.
That looks moist though.
It's really moist because of the coconut milk. It's really soft too. Let's see how this comes out. The rice, like always, is a coconut rice, so it's a little salty, but you can taste the coconut. It gives it a coconut flavor just because of the rice itself. The coconut, I think I should add in more and less of the water on here, but that's it. You really don't taste the coconut with the stew itself. It just makes the meat really soft. But then again, it's been cooking for a while too.
Yeah. So you can't actually taste the coconut that you in the potatoes and the vegetables. You can't really. Okay.
Not at all. The coconut rice basically adds everything on there. Like the vegetables, the potatoes, the meat, and everything overpowering the coconut itself. So next time maybe I should add 2 cans of the coconut milk instead of just 1. Because as it is, you can't really taste the coconut. All you taste just the meat. You taste the carrots. You taste the radish. It's really good. But if you add it with the coconut rice itself, then you get the coconut flavor just from the rice. So if you mix it up, you have a nice mixture of both of them.
So it's a very good combination with the rice.
Oh no.
So it's not too much of a coconut taste. It's not. Okay, so I kind of mixed them up all together with the juices and everything. Since the rice, you say, has more of the coconut flavor.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to mix it together. Definitely can taste the coconut in the rice. Very strong coconut taste. But it's good though. When you mix them all together, it balances out.
Yeah.
It balances out very good.
It didn't come out the way I wanted it because I wanted stronger coconut flavor to it. But like I say, if you guys want, just add more coconut milk to it, like 2 cans and stuff, and less water, and that'll probably come out much coconutty. But it's got a light flavor because of the rice, and the meat itself, kind of keep it balanced. So
I think it's very good if you pour the stew over the rice, stir it up like that. Yeah, that's a perfect balance. To me, that's a perfect balance like that. If you add more coconut to the stew, I'm not quite sure it's that coconut is going to be too much.
All right. All right.
I'm quite sure about that.
So came out okay. We got one more challenge left, and we'll see if we get more. All right, that's out. See you guys next time with the project.